Next, we're going to set up a direct labor budget. So it says here that at Royal, each unit of product requires 0.05 hours or 3 minutes of direct labor, and they pay their direct laborers at the rate of $10 per hour. So to know how much labor time is needed overall, we need to know how many units we anticipate we will be producing. And that came from the production budget. So remember, we determined our required production for each month and for the quarter. Those figures I've copied over here for the units of production for each month and the quarter. Okay, so that came from the production budget. Now, each unit of production requires 0.05 hours. Okay, so that's what each unit will require. So 3 minutes. So if we know each unit requires 3 minutes, we can find out how many hours are required overall for the month. So if we know in April we estimate we will be making 26,000 units and each unit requires 0.05 hours, we will need 1,300 labor hours total for April. And if we're paying $10 per direct labor hour, well, 13 direct labor hours times $10 per direct labor hour, that means we estimate we will spend about $13,000 on direct labor for April. And we will do the same thing for May. In May, we estimate we will need to produce 46,000 units, and if each unit requires 0.05 hours, that means for May we will require a total of 2,300 direct labor hours to produce 46,000 units. Each one of those direct labor hours costs us about $10 per direct labor hour. 10 times 2,300 gives us an estimated amount of direct labor cost for May of $23,000. And we'll do the same for June once again. In June, the budgeted amount of production for June is 29,000 units times the required direct labor time of 3 minutes or 0.05 hours. That means we estimate that we will need about 1,450 direct labor hours to produce 29,000 units in June. At $10 per direct labor hour, the total direct labor cost then we estimate for June is $14,500. Now for the quarter, we can do the same thing. For the entire quarter, if we added all these up separately, for the quarter, we estimated we would be producing 101,000 units. If each of those units requires 3 minutes, then the total amount of direct labor hours required for the quarter is 5,050. 5,050 direct labor hours times $10 per direct labor hour is a total direct labor cost for the entire quarter of $50,500. We can also get that by adding the total direct labor cost for each month separately as well. So that's how we set up the direct labor budget. We're going to need an aspect of this for our next budget, the manufacturing overhead budget, where we will need to factor in the direct labor hours required for each month and for the quarter. So next we'll set up the manufacturing overhead budget.